Hi everyone, it's Miss Dragonfly back again, here to bring you another segment on love and life as it really is. Now, is it a good idea to go to Asia for a wife? We have to be honest that many men in the West nowadays lament that women have forgotten how to be women and they long for the days when they were women. And I think you all know what I mean. Despite how much criticism men have and how much you can complain about them, we all know where they're coming from. They still yearn for a traditional woman of times past. And then they hear that women in Asia are still traditional. They may even take a holiday there, and seemingly everything that they heard and have been told is true. And having some contact with the women there and some interaction with them, they might then gush about how wonderful and giving Asian women are and how much they know how to look after a man. We've all heard of that, yeah? So, if that's the case, if they want a traditional woman and the women in Asia are seemingly traditional, then is it a good idea then? It must be a good idea then for them to go to Asia to marry? Yes, seemingly so. Well, I'll have to say, yes, they're still traditional, but that means that you also have to be traditional yourself for it to work, because you just can't have one person being traditional and the other person being really liberal. Where does the twain meet? The other thing is that problems can come up when the Asian woman then comes over to the Western country and starts living in the West. Now remember, they grew up in a different society and one that operated differently. And that also means that needs and expectations of partners are different because the society is different. And I'm not just talking about culture here. An example of this is living in the West now, because of the cost of living. Both partners now need to work in order to cover living expenses and make ends meet. It's not easy. You've got rising costs and wages not rising to meet it. So both partners, well, you really need a two-income family. However, in some Asian countries, you can still get away with one income. So then the woman's role is often as a homemaker, and that's usually what they're used to, and also because they see all the other women doing it, and that's what also they come to expect. So for her to come from living like that to living in the West, she is not going to understand why she would need to work, and may even resent doing so, really because she doesn't understand the society, so to speak, and expectations are different, and why they are different because it's different climate, different needs, necessities to function. And you know what? She may even expect you to pay her a wife allowance, also, as that is what she's also been used to over there. Yes, it does happen in certain countries, not all of the Asian countries, certain countries it does. So, given all that, it's actually not a good idea to go to Asia to marry, generally speaking. I know there's always exceptions, and there are exceptions to the rule, not what you normally encounter. Okay, so is an Asian wife then a no-no? No, actually. If you want to avoid problems like that, then it's actually best to marry an Asian woman from the country that you are living in now. Often she will still retain the traditional values of her culture, If you like the culture then and all the values of it, then she would come along with most of them, if not all. Well, it's hard to say all because she's been living in the Western culture, it was culture and society, and has assimilated somewhat, but her core values would still largely be from her traditional culture. And because she's living in the West and assimilated somewhat, she would also understand the expectations of living here and why people do the things they do, and understand to a point why you do the things that you do. So in that sense, yeah, you really can have your cake and eat it too. If you were going for an Asian woman in your own country, the country you are living in. So that's my take on what to do really if you would like a Asian cultured wife. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts by leaving your comments below. And if you've had an experience on marrying someone from Asia or marrying an Asian person, a person of an Asian background in the country you're living in, please leave your comments below. I would love to hear it. And any other comments, please leave them below. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it will help me out a lot. And that's all for today. And until I see you next time, stay beautiful, safe and confident. And until then, it's bye for now.